Hardcore Mecha is a side-scrolling action game developed by RocketPunch Games. It was released on Nintendo Switch on October 15th, 2020. The MSRP was 49,800 won here in Korea. It's also available for PS4. At the time of making this video, it's considered an old release. So, is it worth a visit at this time? Let's find out. Here's the Korean physical copy. It includes 6 free DLC. The cover is reversible as well, which is pretty neat. The game has English menus and Japanese and Chinese audio. It's rated 12 and up in Korea. I'm playing version 1.18, so I'm guessing many bugs were taken care of. Hardcore Mecha has 2 main modes, the story mode and an online battle mode for 2 to 4 players. The online mode has you choose between many different mechas with different abilities. You can play a 2-player offline battle mode in split screen. RocketPunch added an extra mode called Simulation as DLC, which is included in this physical copy of the game. Simulation mode is unlocked after you finish the story mode. It's actually a survival mode to further acquire loot and boost your mechas. In the story mode, you can spend your credits to augment your mecha, then customize it. You have a limited amount of slots to attach the augments and weapons you acquire, so you have to choose what suits you the best for each mission. There's also a training mode, which is basically a tutorial. The story could be ripped straight out of the pages of a Gundam story, which is not a bad thing in this case. The story has many plot twists and pretty likable characters. Basically, humanity is now ruled by the Neo-United Nations following a 30-year war between Mars rebels and Earth. Peace was achieved with the advent of the mecha. But it didn't take long for trouble to brew anew on Mars because of the mounting demands and pressures for more resources to rebuild post-war Earth. A terrorist organization named Steel Dawn began to amass power and abducted the Neo-United Nations intelligence officer. That's where the HCDC is sent in to rescue the officer and investigate the terrorist organization. I have to say that this game took me by surprise. It reminded me of Cybernator on Super NES and Target Earth on Genesis, mixed with a little bit of Blaster Master because you can exit your mech at times. Moving around with your mecha can be a little bit clunky at times, but when you get used to it, it's not a problem. Your mecha has primary weapons, as well as a chest machine gun, which has more bullet but is less powerful. You can punch and dash, as well as jump and hover around. Some missions are more like a simple horizontal shooter, and others take place underwater. The game is not too difficult. That is, if you don't care about not getting an S rank for all missions. In that case, you're going to have to replay missions often, and really do your best to not get hit at all or very little. Hardcore Mecha looks good. It has its own unique graphical style, which is a mix of anime and 3D style animation. Cutscenes are more traditional anime looking. Music is really good. The tracks remind me of anime OSTs from the 80s or 90s. It just goes so well with the style of the game. This is, after all, greatly inspired by anime. Just take a look at the first playable segment of the game. If this is not inspired by anime, then I don't know what is. It's also somewhat of a tutorial for the game. It's a great idea. The dev really exposed what the game is all about in the first few minutes. Voice acting is great too. They got some real professionals here, perhaps even voice actors from the anime industry. Hardcore Mecha gets an 8 out of 10. It is a true hidden gem. I don't think it's sold too well, which is unfortunate. Sure, the story does not reinvent the wheel, but it's not the point. If you like 2D platformers and like anime, especially mech animes like Gundam, do yourself a favor and try this game out. Thanks for watching!